Hello, there is Bibi Cameron, and I love that music because it's filled with the Christmas spirit, like this craft kit by Tonic Studios. So this month, the kit has a bunch of things for you. It has gilding flakes, it has nubo drops, it has alcohol markers, a stamp set, a coordinating die set, and papers in seasonal colors and different textures. Some of them are metallics, and you also get this beautiful red glitter paper that is also amazing to die cut. Okay, so now I want to talk about this die set first. When you see it there, and when I saw it the first time, I thought, what are all those shapes there? And the only way to know is to try it. So you can see there how beautiful this gingerbread looks there. The leaves and the little bubbles all around that edge is just stunning. You can also use the next die in the set, which is this one here, to just cut the paper, and you can create a background panel for that image. You already know this because you are expert die cutters, but I want to show you this close up here so you can see how beautiful those dies are. You can also use a bright color in the front and white in the back. But of course, you can choose any color you prefer. This is only a couple of examples. So that's the first thing I want to show you because it was a surprise for me when I was die cutting. I saw that gingerbread and I thought they were super lovely. Okay, so now let me show you the die, which is this one here. It becomes more interesting. This die is that one. Okay, so you can see gingerbreads as well, and then you see these bubbles at the edges, some bubbles. And then if you notice in the die set, you will have these beautiful little dies that are going to be the stars in my video today. So I have cut a bunch of them. I have many in different colors, and I also put them in different containers, so for me it's easy to grab them if I need them. So I cut a bunch of these little leaves, and I'm going to be using them today. And something I want to show you as well is that these bubbles match perfectly with the figures or the images in the edges of the die cuts. And you can also use them as embellishments or as another decorative element for your projects. Today I want to make something very simple. So I'm going to put back this one here. I'm going to put my paper there. And I have used this die here by Tonic Studios to die cut various tags. And I die cut them in white cardstock, in a sand cardstock, and this is some of the papers that comes in the kit. So my idea was creating a tag with all the elements in the kit. Then I start thinking if I can add these little die cuts here just at the center of the tag, and I start building from there my composition and create something really bright and colorful. So I'm going to start with this one just to use as well the dies that comes in the kit. Okay, so the first thing I did was stamping the panel just like that using the Nuvo Hybrid Black Shadow ink. And for precision stamping, I use the Tim Holtz stamping platform. Then I dry the ink using the heat tool, and that's it. That's my sentiment. I'm going to layer these two die cuts like that, and I'm going to use dimensionals to paste them on the tag. Okay, so now I'm going to use these die cuts. These leaves are from the die here. And I'm going to create a very simple poinsettia only using 6 die cuts. Use a glue dot, and I'm going to stick 3 die cuts first. Then I add another glue dot, and I add on top another 3 die cuts. You can also use a heat gun or glue to do this. I'm just doing this because it's quicker just to show you. And then I embellish with nubo drops. All I have to do now is to add twine or a string, and I'm going to be using this Craft Perfect twine, which is just beautiful, and I'm going to mix it with another twine as well because I like to make double knots. So I'm going to show you here how I do it, and I just attach one string first and then I create a bow just on top of the other one, and to finish I embellish with nubo drops. So I'm done, and this is the first idea I want to share with you today. Now I'm going to show you a second idea. And in here I went a little bit crazy just because I wasn't sure what I wanted. So I start by building a tree, and I just basically I was making a triangular shape. I was gluing the leaves together like I'm showing here, and I was building that shape. And as this die cut offers two leaves together, and I need a kind of one, I just cut it in half and I got two leaves from one die cut, and I just fill all those spaces with those leaves. I also use scissors to cut a rectangle to create a trunk for this tree. And my tree was pretty much done. And I wanted to add to this tag a little bit of sparkle, and I grab a glue pen with a ruler. I trace some lines with the glue pen. I dry the glue pen, which is this one here. You can get it in a small size or big size, and then I apply gilding flakes. I really like that, but then I start making things that I didn't like too much, and I wanted to share this with you because it's also the creative process. Even making a small thing like a tag, it takes some time thinking where I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which color I'm going to use, and then I wanted to create that kind of coordination of colors between the ink I'm using and the tree. But when I glue my tree down, I noticed that that wasn't happening. So I tried to add some shading with the alcohol markers, and that's another thing you can do as well. But then no, I just wanted to cover the whole paper with the alcohol markers, and I kind of like the tree like that, to be honest. But there was something missing there. I tried different things, and it looks so dull for me. And at that stage, when you are creating something, is okay. I haven't finished. I haven't add embellishments, but then I add the nubo drops that made a huge difference in any project, and I still didn't like it. So I stamp a banner, and no, I didn't like it. So I just cut out my tree from there. I love my tree, so I'm going to rescue it, and I'm going to do something else. So I really like this die cut here. I think it makes all the difference in this little tag, and I'm going to glue my tree there. Then I'm going to add the banner, but then I thought that it would be a good idea to add a leg to that banner, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I just cut a piece of paper that is the same height of my banner, and I just fold it like a set. You can see there. I also use a smaller scissors to create a nice shape at the end of that banner, and I just glue that in the back of the banner. So that's an easy way to add a decorative element to your banners. You don't need a die or anything, just your scissors. And then I leave that to dry. I also can use a clip just to keep that in place. And I use the marker to add some dots here and add some embellishment or a decorative element to the tag. And then I did exactly the same I did with the previous tag. I just create a double knot, and to finish I also added a couple of leaves that I die cut from silver glitter paper. I also want to show you that you can create that tree in different sizes. All depends in the space you leave between leaves, and also how you place the leaves on the paper. And I think that is quite important to tell you that I'm using the same 7 leaves in the small tree and in the large one. You can lay down more leaves on top of the previous ones, or you can also use a marker to fill the spaces between leaves. And it looks quite nice because it adds like a kind of shadow, And also adding nuvo drops, it will make a very nice tree. So I just wanted to show you that one as well. Now let me show you a fourth and last idea for today. And I'm going to be making a wreath. Well, if I can make a poinsettia, I can also make a wreath. You can make a wreath with poinsettias, but I'm going to make an easy one. I'm going to cut a bunch of these die cuts, and I'm going to just use my heat gun to apply hot glue there, and I'm going to stick all the die cuts facing the same direction, like so. So I'm kind of overlapping all those die cuts there. And I couldn't make my mind about the background for this wreath. I didn't know if use a green panel or a red one, but I choose the red one because all the other tags I made today were red. So I will keep the red, and then I'm also going to use these leaves that I die cut from glitter red paper. This paper comes in the kit. And I'm going to layer another color of leaves. You can layer as many as you want or just keep it monochromatic. You can also make the grid in different sizes as well. And you might be wondering how long it takes to die cut all those little leaves. I spent about 40 minutes this morning, 1 hour, and I cut hundreds, many of them, because I just wanted to try different things for you. But at the end of the day, I just keep it very simple, as you can see here. And all I do is just doing the same process with all the tags. I found that if I glue this panel down using dimensionals, the tag looks better. And I also like to add contrasting banners. So for this tag here, I decided to stamp a black banner, and I stamped it with white ink. And that's another question that people ask me about stamping. How do you stamp with white ink? I basically stamp several times using the platform, so I get a very sharp and crisp sentiment or image. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure on the lid of the platform. If I do that, I alter the image. I'm going to get thicker lines, and perhaps I'm not going to be able to get well-defined fonts or lines. So after stamping with white ink, because this ink is slow dry, I use a heat tool to speed the process of drying and avoid accidents, because sometimes you can touch the paper when the ink is still wet and then you spoil your image. So this is my banner, and I'm going to use scissors to trim this banner, and I'm going to glue it down on my tag using a dimensional. So this is how the tag is looking so far, and I still feel that it needs something else. So I'm going to apply nuvo drops in a contrasting color, and I'm also going to add some die cuts here and there and a couple of nuvo drops, and that's my tag. So these are all the projects I wanted to share with you. They are very simple. I wanted to show you different options as well for you. And a last tip for you today is also, do not forget about small details. Those small details made huge differences. The nuvo drops just give life to those trees, for example. The banners, the twine overlapping your die cuts. And that's it. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting. Bye!